The final injury report is in for Monday night. Some good, some bad for the Bears. And yes, we are going to sit here and address everything that happened yesterday with you here on the show and beyond. A special Saturday edition of CSGO Bears starts right now. Welcome into the CHGO Bears podcast, a Saturday edition for you with Monday night creeping up. Just a little over 48 hours to go. My name, of course, is Adam Hogue. Greg Bragg's joining me here on a Saturday and a lot to get to. Hello, Gregory.
Hello. How are you?
I'm all right. We are going to get into some of the stuff that happened at House today. I was there. Pat Norton was there too. We got injury updates. We got our injury report. Ben Johnson talking to the media. Ruben Hippolyte, whose role is going to increase a little bit on Monday night, it appears. But we did want to get together with you guys today, even on a Saturday afternoon, and address what happened yesterday and how this show and CHGO handled the explosive report that came out from Tyler Dunn. So just off the top, we are going to have a discussion about it. And yeah, I think there's a lot to say and a lot that we want. We're always trying to be authentic with you guys here at CHGO. And so it wouldn't be authentic to just completely ignore it, just like we're not going to ignore stories that come across too. So a couple things just off the top I want to say. Obviously, Mark Carman, Adam Johns were on that show yesterday, just full transparency. They're not here today because they're out of town. Carm is in Boston watching his wonderful, talented niece play soccer in her first collegiate game, which is awesome. And Johns is, was in Milwaukee earlier with his son's soccer and stuff like that. Plus, beyond that, this is my responsibility to address this and take responsibility for. So you guys should be hearing it from me regardless, but just want to communicate that. First thing off the top, that does anybody who watches the show or follows us on CSGO is a diehard, isn't a diehard, whatever. The number one thing I am going to always guarantee you guys is we are going to cover stories, good or bad. We are always going to do that. Does it suck that this story came out 3 days before the first game? Yes, it does. It does. We don't want, as I said on the show yesterday, we don't want to see that either. But are we going to ignore it just because it came out 3 days before the first game? No, we're not going to do that either. That being said, there are three specific things that I want to take responsibility on my part for. And we're going to get a little bit of a deeper discussion. Greg's going to get in here too. And we're going to be fully transparent with you on. But the number one thing is we 1,000% rushed into that show. And the worst part is for me is my instincts were telling me that in the moment. And I take a lot of pride in my instincts, both in terms of the instincts I feel on a day-to-day basis covering this team over the years. I feel like they are normally right, but also my instincts in content decisions that we make too. And I think if you look at our overall track record, it's been pretty good. Are we perfect? No. Were we perfect yesterday? Far from it. And in a weird moment, I did not trust those instincts or lean into those instincts. And to be fully honest with you, I still don't know why. I think there were just a lot of bullets flying and we're trying to read the story fast. Found out we could do the interview with Tyler. That was not pre-scheduled, by the way. We put it together, once the story came out. And it was just all too rushed. And I didn't feel prepared to comment on it. I think I even said that in the first 10 minutes of the show when we were having those technical difficulties with Tyler's power outage. But that should have been a warning sign that we shouldn't have been, at minimum, we shouldn't have been going live with it. We should have taped the interview, figured out what to do with it, from that point on. So that's 100% on me. And honestly, what sucks, Greg, is I stayed up way too late last night, rereading the piece, really putting, a fine comb through it. And I feel like we could do a really good show today. We're not going to do it. Maybe we'll get into some things a little bit, but I feel like we could really go through this thing and dissect it all in the way it should have been done to begin with. Two, like many of you, I was suspicious about the motives behind the sources. Now, to be clear, that is not to say that there is, quite frankly, a lot of truth in this story that people are just going to accept even if they don't want to hear that. But it can also be true at the same time that it's fair to question the motives of the sources behind it, and very clearly the sour grapes that sometimes come in this league when, you get fired from a job. I, at one point in the show, did do that. Like, I did address how I thought that in some ways these coaches that got fired were pinning the blame on Caleb in the same way that they felt like Caleb was pinning the blame on him, right? It's pretty much the same thing. But in my question to Tyler, that I thought I was doing that, where I was like, hey, when you thought about this information you're getting and the motives behind the comments you were getting, like, how did you weigh all that with the final products you put out? I'm paraphrasing my own question there. When I went back and listened to it, I was not as confrontational about that as it probably should have been. It in my head, it sounded different than it came out. So if people are like, I can't believe you didn't push back on the sources, I agree with you. So that could have been 100% better. And then the third thing I wanted to address is the touchiest subject of this whole thing, and that is the learning disability that was reported in Tyler Dunn's story. Our game plan going into that episode was to not touch it, because that is a very explosive accusation that really needs to be ironclad from a journalistic standpoint to put that out there. And we were not going to bring it up. Tyler brought it up. And at that point, this is another thing I regret. He brought it up, that should have triggered me to ask a follow-up question, and then asking why he felt like that was good enough information, solid enough information, appropriate information to include in his story. And he may have had a great answer. We don't know, because I didn't ask it. So that's on me. That's on me too. So those are three things that I 100% want to take responsibility for, because we could have done that. I could have done that a lot better. And the other quick thing I wanted to clear up too, before Greg jumps in here, is I am fairly being criticized because I said on the show that I had not read the whole thing. That was a little bit of a misunderstanding, and you can either believe me on this or not, but it's the 100% truth. We know there are three parts to this story. At the time we started recording, I had fully read part 1 and part 2. In my head, I thought there was a part 3 that was already out, and didn't even realize until we were talking to Tyler that he's like, oh, part 3 hasn't come out yet. So that's why I said that. What I said in the show was I haven't even read the whole thing, because I thought part 3 was out there. So I just wanted to clear that up. If your response to that is, well, if you thought there was more and you still did it, then you still shouldn't have done the show. You're right. I 100% agree with you. But I just wanted to communicate that to that point when we started the interview, I had actually read everything that had come out. I just thought part 3 was out, and it wasn't. But again, like I just said, if you're like, well, you still shouldn't have done it if you thought there was more information out there, you're right. You're right. That should have been cleared up ahead of time. So that's what I got for now. I know Greg's got some things to say and some questions, and we'll continue to discuss this, because we heard you guys, and we're going to continue to hear you guys, and we're always going to be authentic, and we're going to we're going to own it when we F up. And I think in this case, we did F up.
Yeah, and I appreciate you kind of starting the show this way and airing out kind of the things that you would have done differently. And I think that fans want to, hear that and know that and kind of understand the process of what took place. Obviously, yesterday I wasn't on the show. I was at Wrigley Field for our Friday 120 Club as all this started to transpire. But we all work together in our Bears Slack, as we call it, and communicate. And, I tried to do my best to be a good teammate yesterday and help with whatever I could, as little as I could. But at the same time, I regret not being available to be on the show, because I know how many people want to have different perspectives to offer to an interview like that. And obviously it was very heavy. And I'm not gonna lie, like for me, that is a tough interview for me to want to be in, because there's a fine line between me, kind of hitting them back as the meatball and the voice of the fans, but also, having a line of professionalism and respect to the person that we invited to have interviewed on, and also to have respect to you, Hogue, and Johns and Carm, to make sure I'm not ruining your guys' reputation by being off the wall and trying to be too funny or make light or turn it around and kind of flip it on its head. So I know a lot of fans are like, I wish Braggs was there to fight this guy. And it's like, look, it's an interesting needle to thread, and maybe we can talk a little bit later about some of those things. But I just want to start off my statement by saying, just as somebody that's not just a host at CHGO Sports and CHGO Bears, I'm also a producer. And we take a lot of pride in our content and what we produce. And I know Steven, he's not here right now, but he'd be the first one to tell you how much pride he takes in all of this. But I'll just say this from my standpoint and what we take pride in here at CHGO Sports, and that is your voices, every one of you in the chat, your voices will be heard. Every comment on YouTube, every comment on Twitter, every comment on Reddit, I read pretty much every single one of them. And maybe that's not the best mental health way to do something, but that is part of my job, is to understand how things are being reacted to. And so I read all the stuff. I would say the majority of the people here that worked here read this stuff as well. So you are not being ignored. We are not above you, and we are also not above any criticism. When we make mistakes, we expect you to call them out. Now, we can parse through what was a mistake yesterday and what wasn't, or whether or not the interview should or shouldn't have happened. That's not exactly or necessarily for me to completely decide, but I just want you guys to know your voice will always be heard. And I know on yesterday's show, the super chats were not read, and comments weren't put on the screen. And not going to speak for Steven, but I just will say from my standpoint, there is a judgment call at times that has to be made. And we're not going to put up comments that disrespect our guests. And we also can't put up super chats at times when they are crossing the line in terms of what we can broadcast. So you guys have to understand that. And if you want to put something out and you want your voice heard, we want your voice to be heard as well. But you got to understand the spot we're in terms of being allowed to let you have your voice heard. So every super chat that's going in right now, I'm producing the show, and I will pull those comments up as long as they're appropriate to be broadcasted on our network. So I just wanted to say that first and foremost, I am with the people always. Come to the tailgates, come hang out with me, come to my freaking cul-de-sac, and you'll know that I stand 10 toes down with the fans all day, every day. And we want you guys to know that we'll never act like we're above you, and we'll never not hear your voices when it comes to anything, whether you're rooting us on or you're giving us criticism. That being said, in terms of the story, I just would like to say, and I put my thoughts on Twitter, not everybody's on Twitter, but the truth just lies in the middle. And ultimately what this was to me was anonymous coaches from last year's staff with a response to a Seth Wickersham article 5 months ago, where you have Caleb and his dad who put their names on the record and put some things out there of what they didn't like about what went on last year, and coaches taking exception to that and then responding. Maybe the story comes out regardless. I don't know the timeline of everything, but I just feel like that added fuel to the fire. And I think that was kind of talked about in the article as well. that this was a response to the Seth Wickersham article. And so you've got both sides kind of talking in the media, trying to assign blame for what happened last year. And the truth always lies somewhere in the middle. And you can try to parse through who's right, who's wrong. Ultimately, both sides just did not get along in terms of Caleb's camp versus what the coaches were trying to teach. And now they're all gone, and Ben Johnson is here. And everything that we've seen from the moment Ben Johnson has walked in is a guy that's kind of embraced the challenges of what this team needs to overcome from what really haunted them last year. And all I've seen from Caleb in throughout training camp is a guy that's embraced the coaching that's coming from Ben Johnson. And it's not just Caleb. Ben talked about it today. The whole team has bought into what Ben Johnson is trying to put in terms of a culture. So I'm excited for this to turn to the Ben Johnson era. And we'll find out ultimately on Monday how this is going to start. But it's only the beginning of the Ben Johnson era. But I've seen a leadership culture change because starts with Ben Johnson and his coaching staff, Antoine Randall and Eric Bieniemy and Dennis Allen and Al Harris, the secondary coach, all the way down to the players. And every single one of these guys, all the way to Luther Burden, no block, no rock during the preseason. So I'm encouraged about it. I think we all as Bears fans want to leave 2024 behind in the worst way. It was a 10-game losing streak. Wasn't fun. Wasn't fun to do those post-game shows every single week. And we wanted nothing more. I want nothing more for this team to be good. And now 2025 is here. And yes, we're 2 days away from kickoff, and we as fans just want to be excited for the season. And when an article like this comes out, it is frustrating for all of us. And yeah, like you said, Hogue, it's one of those things where for us as a network, we want to be with the diehards. We are fans of this team. But at the same time, you have to report the news. And I appreciate you kind of going about maybe how things would have done differently. I mean, I agree with everyone that said, defining it as an emergency podcast shouldn't have been the case. It was just a show. It was an interview. To have Tyler come on, give his time, okay, fine, but not an emergency podcast. And I agree with every single one of you about that. So, in terms of, some of the different questions that I was kind of bridge to you to just kind of keep this conversation going. And we will certainly move to Bears conversation because there was updates from Hallis Hall today and Ben Johnson that we'll get to. But you addressed the dyslexia thing. And I think that's the number one issue at hand for most fans. It's reckless to put that out there without it being substantiated, and how he portrays it in this article. It's hard to say where it actually is confirmed and how many sourced out people can confirm that. And you don't even get Caleb's side of it to address whether he can confirm that or not. And that's, to me, I think all fans are kind of at the point where that's not fair to him. And so I, appreciate you at least addressing that, because that was definitely one of my questions. I think my other ultimate oversight question, because I was reading through with Jack Silverstein, who I have a lot of respect for, and he had a really interesting thread. And he's just one of these guys that's maniacal when it comes to the practices of journalism. He's done some great written work and stuff. And he brought up something about, he said that because Tyler runs a Substack, he doesn't have a boss. So from your standpoint, as somebody that's been through journalism school and had different jobs, from what you read, would that have been able to make it through a publication that has editors and people ahead of him that have to source these things out and make sure it's concrete before it's put into the public, as opposed to somebody that's their own boss?
I mean, look, I can't speak on what type of editorial process there is for Tyler Dunn's website. I can't imagine he's the only one writing up these things and putting them out there. I mean, I think I'm maniacal about typos, as I was even with the headline of the show today. And I think I counted one in the entire piece.
Texas, number 10 South Carolina, number 20 Ole Miss, number 22 Tennessee, and number 21 Alabama, and number 3 LSU. Ocho, they lose one or two of those games, guys, I believe they're going to make the college football playoffs.
Yes.
What you thinking, Johnny?
I mean, it's all right there in front of you. You got to go through the gauntlet.
You got to run it. You got to run it.
Yeah. You said it yourself. Look, you said it yourself. Ranked opponent, ranked opponent, ranked opponent, all coming up through your own conference. So great test tonight. You play a team that historically, traditionally, very, very good. They did what they needed to do. I wouldn't say it was anything too out of the box, over the top, great. But in these type of situations, these type of games, you got to go out and find a way to win, and then you're going to get into a run that starts in the SEC that's going to be like, your back's against the wall. We got to come out and play. But if you go with 2 losses throughout this whole schedule and the way it looks right now on paper, get them in the playoff.
Before you go, Ocho, think about this. October 11th, they got Texas, the Red River rivalry. The next week, they're at South Carolina. The next week, they get Ole Miss. The next week, they're at Tennessee. The next week, they're at Alabama. The next week, they get Missouri at home. And the following week, they get LSU at home. So you got Texas, South Carolina, Ole Miss, Tennessee, Alabama, and LSU. So 6 of the 7 opponents that they face are ranked, and they're all in consecutive weeks.
Yes.
Looking at Michigan, like I said, Bryce Underwood, 9 of 24, 142 yards. He's 18 years of age. He looked 18 years of age. He looked like a guy that's just out of high school, starting for a top-ranked team on the road in a hostile environment. And Brett Venable has made much more accomplished quarterbacks.
That's the fucking
juniors
ball,
and seniors
man.
look bad. So I'm not surprised that he did this to Bryce Underwood. But Michigan has a very, very favorable schedule. They get Central Michigan, at Nebraska, Wisconsin at home, at USC, Washington at home, Michigan State on the road, Purdue, Northwestern, Maryland, and then they get Ohio State at home. So they have a very favorable schedule. I thought Michigan had some opportunities in this game. They got a phase mask that gave them a first down late in the ball game, let them burn more time off the clock. But Ocho, looking at this game, looking at Michigan, do you like what you see with Michigan? You think they can be a contending team?
I like what I saw from Michigan. Obviously, they've always been a running team. I would have liked the coach to have done something different, even though you have a freshman quarterback. If you see that the running game isn't working, lean on your quarterback to be able to make some other plays, maybe outside of the pocket, rolling them out, playing to his strengths a little bit more to get him a little bit more comfortable. The Oklahoma defense was very good.
They are.
They were very good. So you have to be able to counter that and make the necessary adjustments to give your team and quarterback the best chance offensively to get you in the game. Because what you were trying to do wasn't working, especially the running game. And they continue to stay with the same thing because the coach felt, listen, we're handicapped in a sense where we can't really open the playbook as much as we want because of what you just said, having a rookie quarterback, and there's only so much we can do.
The thing that I didn't like about what I saw from Michigan, Johnny, and Ocho, let me know what you think, is that they're running them slow developing ass pulling plays and the backside end chasing it down. I'm like, bro, you cannot run that against these teams because they're gonna chase it. They're gonna chase it down every time. I mean, they were stopping the guy in the backfield for 2 to 3 yard losses every time.
Yep.
You got to hit some of those quicker hitting, quicker inside zone, just like get on the ball, get some movement, get going. Anything when that starts to happen, you're dragging ass. You play with no
sense of urgency, pace.
Sense of urgency, no pace.
I agree. I just think, Ocho, and you said you want to see more. They were pretty balanced, Ocho. 24 passes, 32 rush attempts. And the thing that you want to do, you want to try to protect the Ocho. For a guy that's a dual threat quarterback, he was the number one recruit in the country. Have you been noticing a lot of these dual threat quarterbacks don't throw well on the move? Well, if you can't throw well on the move, it's going to be very difficult for you to beat these teams. And we saw this today with Colorado, and we're going to probably talk about this a little later. They ended up going to their third string quarterback because Salter can't throw on the move. I'm like, these throws are routine, bro. You got to hit some of them. I'm not saying you got to be 10 for 10, but damn, you can't be 0 for 10.
Right.
But no, I'm saying you said you wanted them to throw the ball more. Ocho, the dude was 9 of 24.
That's
I can see Ocho if he was 15 to 24. He was 16 to 24.
Right,
He's
right,
9
right.
to 24.
Right.
Do you know how bad that is? That's not even 50%. What's
Yeah.
9 to 24? 45%? 42%?
Yeah. I actually do know how bad it is. That's why I was saying make him a little bit more comfortable. Do some of the things predicated to his skill set. If you have a dual threat quarterback and he's not really that good, drop him back in the pocket and being able to see things and processing information from the traditional spot, roll his ass out so he has a good eye
But
line, so he can see what's in front of him, so he can make the necessary throws where he doesn't have to sit there and read a defense.
you do realize that when you roll a quarterback out, you take it to basically you remove half the field.
You remove half the field. You have to because he's not able to play. He's not able to play seeing the whole
But
field.
in the process
So
of doing that,
cut his
Ocho,
half.
we just
Why
said
we can't
he doesn't
tackle,
look very
man?
accurate on the move. So we put him on the move to do what?
Yo, just get him one of those plays with a little handoff and come out where you just come out is so wide open you just can hand it to the motherfucker. Just hand it to him.
That's
And,
what
like, put a bow on it, some whipped cream, and
where Johnny, hey,
something just to get a little bit of like. You got to give him something. When you get into an offense like that, I don't care if you're, a high school guy that's just coming in. When you open that playbook up and you see it for the first time, you're like, yo, I like stick. I like slants. Whatever you like, there's something where the ball gets snapped to you in your hands and you catch it and you immediately, based off instinct, based off everything you've done playing football, you're going to whiz that thing out there and you know you can get a completion. So in that situation with a guy starting like that in this type of game, you have to put him in situations and play calls that allow him to do that to where it's no thought, no read, just bang.
Boom. Instant. And the funny thing about it too, when you get a quarterback that's that young, freshman, 18, 17, however old he might be, playing against a team like Oklahoma that's ranked with players that are very, very good defensively in all three phases, whether it be the front, second line, or the back line, you want to get him in rhythm. You want to get him in rhythm early. You want to build his confidence early.
I'm not gonna let him get in the rhythm.
They were never able to
I'm
do
not
that.
gonna let him get in the rhythm. He's 18. So what am I gonna do? I'm gonna heat his ass up. I'm gonna put him on the stove, and I'm gonna start from the moment he's on the stove. I'm boiling. I'm not gonna let him get in the rhythm because I know that's what. Look, they want to establish the run. We are going to stop the run. We are going to make this 18-year-old beat us on the road. There haven't been very many 18-year-old college freshman quarterbacks that's ever been able to go on the road in a hostile environment, like in an SEC game, and win on the road. I'm not going to let you. I'm not going to let you get him comfortable, Ocho, because I'm not going to let you run the ball. Because now, if you run the ball, you can play action pass off of it. I am going to heat his ass up.
Yeah.
Hot.
you got to. And Johnny, you know that. And even you saw what they tried to do to you. What you did is that you punished Alabama. Every time they brought the blitz, you made them pay for it. Because you was coming out the backside. Hey, you make that first guy miss, and you're like, okay, you done missed now. So I got at least 15 yards before the crowd start yelling and screaming, and people get their heads back around to see me. I'm chasing the wide receiver. I ain't gonna throw him the ball.
Right.
So when you got an 18-year-old true freshman playing at Oklahoma, and the way Brent Venables can get after you, you know he's a pressure DC. That's what he's always been. That's what he's always gonna be. He ain't letting no 18-year-old get comfortable.
The thing about that is, like, when the kitchen gets hot and the pans are flaming and bursting around, and there's fireworks going off and shit in the kitchen, and you're in the pocket, I love that shit. Like, that's where my best football decided to come out and be played off of natural instinct.
Yes.
So, of course, Venables being a guy who played against him, they did it to us when we were at Texas A&M. Didn't work for them. Nevertheless, you get a kid like this. I had a redshirt year under my belt. This is a guy coming straight, fresh out, a lot of hype, now we're in there, a lot of money, a lot of like, there's heavy weight behind what this kid's coming into. So all in all, as a program for Michigan, I still think they're going to be set up for success in the future. But for a night like tonight, like, listen, you're playing an OU team. This is legacy, history, a good program, and one that didn't have the year they wanted to have last year. They're coming for some. They're coming to play some ball.
They are, And Brent Venable knows his job is on the table. He gave a little money back to say, okay, look, I'm bought in. He understands it. 6-7 is not good enough at OU. It's not. That's a very proud, historic program. They've won national championships. They have as many Heisman Trophy winners as anybody in the country, and that's a proud university. And 6-7 ain't gonna cut it. Not at that university, not in the SEC, not in the Big 8, not in the Big 12, not in any conference they've ever been in. Oklahoma wants to be at the top of that pyramid. When you look up there and you see the Alabamas, you see the Ohio States, and you see all those great universities, Oklahoma pride themselves on being that. They played for national championship. They've been in that game. They won that. They have great coaches. You look at the coaches that they've had. For Bud Wilkinson, rest his soul, 57-game winning streak, 3 national championships. You got Barry Switzer, who started the wishbone. And you got Bob Stoops. They ain't accepting anything less than that, Johnny.
Hey, Norman's not an easy place to walk into and play, too.
Nope.
We went there my redshirt year, and I was on the bench. Their benches are really close to the sideline. People in the front row. I don't know if you've been down to Oklahoma, but
no, I haven't been.
They'll tell you some shit over there. They'll say some shit over there on your sideline. So I know, being a redshirt freshman that first year, you're kind of seeing all these games and all these places. You know, Norman was a place where if you ain't really walked into a lot of stadiums before and you're sitting there and they're really close to you, they're on your fucking head all night. So I know he felt it tonight for sure.
And the thing is, look, they weren't always in the SEC, but the one thing we know about SEC football, those fans are ravenous. And it fits, I mean, Oklahoma and Texas, it fits because their fan base is ravenous. What else are you going to do in Norman, Oklahoma, besides go watch a college football game? What else are you going to do in Austin, Texas, besides go watch a college football town? Those are college football towns. So is Tuscaloosa and Birmingham, Alabama. So is Knoxville, Tennessee. So is Starkville and all those other. You go back and look at it in the SEC, every team that plays in the SEC, where their school is situated, the only thing they have is college football. Now you can drive down, if you're the University of Athens, is 90 is like an hour and 15-minute drive to which, but that is a college town. So is Columbia, South Carolina. So when you look at all these schools, those fan bases, that's the South. Football rules the South. I don't give a damn what you bring down there. You can bring the Yankees. They're not going to outdraw a college football team. It's just the way it is. And to ask him to go into this environment, I do think, Johnny, next year this time, he'll be better equipped.
He'll be all right.
Different story.
Yeah.
Totally agree. Totally agree. When Colorado was installed, Coach Prime skipped over his backup Julian Lewis, turned to third string Ryan Staub. Instead, Staub went 7 of 10, 157, 2 touchdowns after taking over for starter Caden Salter. Woo. Coach Prime's explanation after the game: I wanted it to tell its own story. Instead of me telling the story, I wanted it to tell its own story. The plan was going to be each quarterback gets 2 series apiece. They did, and somebody was going to come out of the pack. Johnny, it's not normal that we see something like this, but are you surprised that Coach Prime did this, and can he continue, or has he found his starting quarterback?
Listen, I think the one thing that us collectively obviously know about Prime is he's going to get a guy in that position that can do what needs to be done for the overall collective of the team. Whether it's X, Y, or fucking Z, somebody's going to get on that field and do what we need to do to move the ball down the field and get this offense going, and he's going to oversee the whole thing. That's the one thing about it. So, hey, you're not getting it done. It's early in the season. We're in week 1, 2, 3. You're early. You're going to get your reps because how much can you really tell from training camp? How much can you really tell from spring ball when they blow the whistle and the sacks and the rah-rah bullshit that goes on in practice? What can you really tell? So
I know Buddy losing his shit right now. I would have cut this shit off.
Out, you play
for real.
What we say last week?
Oh,
dogs that show up.
That's what I think. That's what Coach Prime. Look, the cream gonna rise to the top, and so I wanted to see. And like I said, Caden Salter Coach Prime said he's a dual threat, and really a dual threat. He can move. But bro, he misses entirely too many throws, Ocho. Oh, I'm talking about guys wide open. And I'm not talking about I'm not talking about no difficult throws. These are throws a guy of his caliber should be able to make routinely. Yes, go ahead, Ocho.
No, I was going to say, obviously, with Prime, especially in the situation, I don't care who you playing. I don't care if you're playing the Sisters of the North. I don't care if you're playing the Holy Spirits. There are certain throws that he has to make, being the starting quarterback. For one, you're playing for Coach Prime. Two, you're playing for Colorado. Three, you have to understand that everything you do, being the face of that team now, especially being a quarterback, you have to do everything the right way to give yourself and your team the best chance to win. What we saw today was not it, that was not it. I have a question for you too, and you two. Who were they playing? Who was Colorado playing?
Delaware.
There should be no reason. No disrespect to Delaware. There should be no reason that the coach has to go to another player.
You can't go to the third string quarterback.
At the most important position on the field.
I agree.
There's no reason.
I agree.
Hey, we're gonna find somebody. We're gonna find somebody if he ain't come out of stands.
Hey.
We're gonna find somebody. Come on. You can throw the pigskin? Come on.
Hey, come on. Again, Johnny, again, Delaware? Come on now.
No.
This is the game where you're supposed to be your confidence. This is the game where you're supposed to put up big numbers, big yards, to be your confidence going up into week 3.
Yeah, it's supposed to be a game. Utah beat Cal Poly 63-9. Texas Tech beat Kent State 62-14. Indiana beat Kennesaw State 56-9. Tennessee beat East Tennessee State 72-17. Alabama beat Louisiana Monroe 73-0. That's what's supposed to happen with CU today versus Delaware.
Yeah. That's why you schedule those type of games.
We've had those games before where you come out. Sometimes when you play opponents like that, though, at times, and you know what you're supposed to do, and it's pre-planned and pre-rolled for you to go out and do it, sometimes it's something in the air, something makes it a little bit different where you overlook it or you're just not on your P's and Q's to the best of your ability, and you can let it slip a little bit. And that's what happened today because – you know, you look at the score and what it is, you're still in the water, feeling around, trying to get your footing a little bit for sure is where that team is at right now.
Even if we, first of all, the third string quarterback plays because we're up 50-0. That's why he plays. We don't bring the third string quarterback in, Johnny, to give us a spark. I can honestly say this. I've never seen this before. And that I think, if I'm not mistaken, I think, isn't Delaware an FCS? Or they Division 1. I think they're FCS now. Subdivision, whatever they call it. I'm not trying to be disrespectful, but I think that's what Delaware is.
Hey, they got to check, Shannon. They got to check from that school.
You gotta. They probably played them a meal 2.
Hey, I have a question too. When it comes to the schools like this, where it's the Power 5 playing the smaller schools, and the smaller schools get that check, does it go strictly to the athletic department only?
Yeah.
Okay.
But
I'm just curious.
Look, there's some schools that I
on fourth down.
I want to win the Powerball for the simple reason.
On fourth down.
In 2026
Let's make
and
this
2027, no HBCU
Come on,
will pay a Power 5 school. You're not going to get beat embarrassed. To get $500,000 or $1 million, I'm gonna give you $1.5 million. I'm gonna give you $2 million. I'm gonna give each of you guys $2 million, not to schedule these. Cause what it's doing, Ocho, is not helping the club. I understand it's helping your athletic budget, but you're getting your kids embarrassed. They don't have no business being on the school, being on the field with those guys. To go out there and get beat 77-0, to get beat 70-3. What is that doing, Ocho?
Yeah. Wait, who? That was Florida State today, right? Florida State beat somebody 77-3.
Yes.
And that's man.
Okay, this is Delaware's first year. Delaware's
South
FBS now, guys.
Yeah. FBS. Okay.
You shouldn't look, and I understand. Look, I mean, hey, Oklahoma State got a check, and Oregon put 69 on them. But Bethune-Cookman, Savannah State, Grambling, when you go play Ohio State, Ocho, Bethune and Ohio State, really? You Really?
Yeah.
I mean, I don't even know. They probably took it off because a lot of what they had started doing was taking them off the board. We're not going to even bet this game.
Yeah.
Savannah State going a couple of years ago playing Oklahoma State and getting beat 77-0. They play Miami, get beat 84. What is that? And you get that, guess what? Now they give you 500,000, 700,000. Hey, you got to bring your band because your travel is you got to pay for your own travel. Out of the money that hell no, man. Because that's why I want to win the lottery. I want to win the lottery because I want to give every historically black institution. I say I'm giving y'all $2 million not to take these damn games and get your players embarrassed because it does nothing for them. But all it does is make these schools that's playing you, their alumni like, oh, we beat such and such. Come on, man. Come on.
Yeah, but Bob, obviously, you know what? You know, the funny thing about it too, Unc, is those games have to be scheduled. Those games have to be scheduled for a reason because there's no other place for that money to come to. The revenue is not flowing through HBCU programs.
No, it's not.
That's why that's why they look forward to these games scheduled against Power 5 schools because there's huge chunks that can help the program, whether it be academic or athletic.
Let me ask you a question. You want to sponsor? You want to be smart? You want to attach yourself to somebody got beat 77-0, 84-0? I'm just asking.
I mean, you got to think FAMU always has to play University of Miami.
They don't have to.
FAMU is. I mean, we ain't won the Powerball yet. We ain't won the Mega Millions yet.
I think the thing is, look, like
I don't put that in the air. We won that bitch.
I think the thing is, Ocho, is that it's the same thing that Prime ran into at Jackson State. 60,000 people in the stands, and everybody bought tickets, and all of a sudden we only raised 20,000. That's your issue.
Right.
But like I said, we're gonna win the Powerball, and I'm gonna fix this. I can't fix it forever, but I'm gonna fix it for 2 years, Ocho.
Yeah, you're right.
I'm gonna fix it for 2 years. You got who? Hey, FAMU, don't even worry about it. You can take Miami off the schedule. Here's $2 million. Stay home.
Right.
Schedule somebody.
Fucking
go play Savannah
man.
State. Go play Edward Waters. Go play Morehouse.
Get your girlfriend something to eat.
Yeah, for sure. Hey, you know what I'm saying, Ocho? We're gonna start our own bowl. We're gonna have a nightcap bowl.
Right.
We gonna have a nightcap bowl, Ocho.
Hey, hold on, Unc. You just come on. You got my brain thinking now. What we talk about? Savannah State versus FAMU.
Hey, we have us a nightcap bowl. We have a nightcap bowl and a Club Shay Shay bowl. So that's 2 games right there.
Like
hey, I'll pay y'all guys $1 million to come play. To play in the Club Shay Shay bowl and the nightcap bowl. But
I like that.
I'm for real. But going back to this game, I mean, you need your third stringer to give you a spark against Delaware at home.
Oh my fucking goodness.
Now to me,
this shit don't even make sense.
Look better. He looked better today than Salter did at any point in time the first game or today. He looked better in a little bit.
You know why he put him back in the game, huh? His confidence. He put him back in the game simply for his confidence because he feels he is quarterback number one. There's a reason he had to put him back in the game. Okay, you know what, son? You didn't play well in the beginning of the game. I had to go to quarterback 2 and 3 so we can get a little spark, so we get a little bit momentum and consistency. But this is your job. I'm going to allow you to go back in so you can prove yourself, so you can get a better understanding on what I need out of you. This is what I need out of you. What number 3 was able to come in and do. That's what I need. That's why he put him back in the game, because he still feels he's the quarterback to continue to lead them down next week, week 3, week 4, and so on. And if he plays bad again, and not
So my biggest takeaway from last night was I did not miss Micah Parsons 1 second.
Wow.
Go, you guys go.
I think the Dallas defense looked good enough for the most part that they didn't miss Micah last night. Now there was a lack of pass rush and there was some pass rush lane, undisciplinedness and let Jalen Hurts go. But I really think would one more sack would have won the game for them last night for Dallas? Would one sack here, would one sack there? I think the pass rush definitely suffered, but I think as a whole, Dallas's defense has to feel good about that outing now. Jalen gutted him with the legs, and they got to get that fixed.
Exactly.
But they held him to 24 points.
But they did fix that in when they came
And
back.
they fixed it in the second half by bringing pressure.
Not really. He ended the game on a, let me drop back and first down, game over for y'all boys.
Yeah.
I just feel like they did do a good job against the running back runs. Running backs had like 95 yards. Saquon had like 60. It was solid just against the running backs, Gil. Don't look like that. But Jalen Hurts fucking tore the game up with his legs. Now I feel like if Parsons was there, it might be different. He may run them down on one of them touchdowns on third down. He may run them down on one of them third down conversions. So the pass rush was absent. Jalen did what he wanted to do on his legs. I feel like that's where Parsons show up. Maybe they put Parsons to spine instead of the guy they had. Who did they have spining?
Nobody.
Nobody.
Was that Chicago linebacker?
Maybe, and that was a joke. Yeah,
That's a joke. He can't.
He can't.
Bro, he cannot spy Hurts. He cannot tackle Hurts in the open field at all.
Because on the last 3rd and 5, Jack Sanborn,
Yeah, Sanborn
he
tried
made him look silly.
Bro, he can't. He
Silly.
cannot tackle
No,
Jalen Hurts
he
in the open
cannot.
field. Maybe the Cowboys would have had Parsons spying. You know what I'm saying? So I feel like they definitely missed him. They had one sack. It was up the middle. It was a Kenny Clark and another guy. You know what I'm saying?
It was Nealand.
Nealand and Kenny Clark.
Yeah.
They had that sack.
They did.
But I feel like the pressure was not there. Parsons would have maybe had an impact on some of them running touchdowns that Jalen Hurts was able to do.
Maybe.
I didn't even know Kenny Clark was actually in that game. I'm gonna just be honest. I mean, I didn't even know he was. Let's just be honest here, right? That first half, they had a run-a-thon.
Yeah.
They was running all over the place. Kenny, the guy who was supposed to stop the run, was 0-0-0, right? 0 sacks, 0 assists.
He deserved a half a sack on that one because he took Jalen down.
You want to give him a half?
Yeah.
Want to give him a half, 0.5, because somebody else did work? Okay, but he was 0. He had 0 influence on stopping the run in the first half. Unless his name is Lightning and delayed, then yes, he did a great job in the second half when all the real athletes start slowing down, then he can keep up. That's where he got everything from. He was a non-factor. The defense was a non-factor in the first half. The delayed, what you said earlier, right? Helps the defense.
It definitely does.
Which helped them. And then he started making plays in the second half when the game was reduced to what it was. Because other than that, Jalen Hurts was back there on paid vacation.
Yep.
He was.
Well, my thing is this, right? So you're going to get all this pressure from Micah. You're going to get him coming off the edge. You're going to get him in Jalen Hurts' face, right? Who else is bringing the pressure on that defense? Jalen was rolling out to wide open sides of the field, right? You know, maybe a little bit of pressure, one other sack, maybe a sack Micah would have brought to the game. But I thought if Dallas is looking at that game and they're evaluating that game, they got stops in the second half. They got Philadelphia off the field. They had opportunities to move the ball, and they fell short.
See, but maybe it's not sacks, though. You know how Micah play. He rush, he don't stop.
Yes.
He got a motor out this world. So maybe he ain't sacking, but when Jalen don't see nothing, he starts scrambling. Micah is coming, and he faster than Bond. So he running shit down. Maybe it's a field goal difference, and a field goal difference, that's a different ball game.
Right.
Take away one of them touchdowns that Jalen got with his legs because the rush was fucking non-existent.
There was nothing.
You feel me?
Well, this
it might not have been that's what I'm saying. It may not have been a sack that changed it. It may just been a 3-yard gain or a 5-yard gain instead of a touchdown. Philly got to kick a field goal.
But I mean, I could have played quarterback. They wasn't rushing. Like, he felt comfortable. He just sitting there, just.
Yep.
He didn't have no. He didn't look at no blind side. He didn't have to do nothing because they're still trying to run the same defense without that player.
Right.
They didn't really blitz in the first half. They didn't do nothing. It was just.
That's why nobody wasn't open because they not blitzing. Y'all 4-man rushing.
Right.
So therefore, okay, y'all got all these guys covering. Nobody open. I'm gonna get out.
I'm gonna take out.
Now, when Parsons there, we can 4-man rush And if you try to take out, we're going to have somebody on your ass. He almost like a spy. He going to rush you, then he going to run your ass down because he got a motor out this world. So they definitely fucking missed him last.
But that's what I said. It looks like it because there's a delay, and then everything got shut down in the second half. But if you look at the first half, they're just walking through this. I mean, 3 running touchdowns by the quarterback. That's where Superman comes in at. He is watching that. He is paying attention to the guy who's trying to score the touchdown with his legs. So when you take him off the field and you're trying to stop Barkley, what about the other guy? I mean, it's...
Yeah, well, you know, Dallas definitely, they were trying to get home with their 4. They were trying to see what they had in the pass rush. They were dropping back. That opened up things for Hurts. But Dallas, even if they had Micah, let's say they had Micah in the second half, they have to start bringing pressure. They weren't getting home. Micah does give you an advantage in the 4-man rush because he's going to get pressure. He's going to move the quarterback off the spot eventually, right? Yeah. But if you're Dallas and you're looking at it, we got this great pass rusher in Micah, but we're still not getting home, then you got to dial up the pressure. Then you sacrifice on the back end. Micah is a dynamic player, but I think, you know, the way Jalen Hurts played last night, that big physical offensive line, like, would Micah have made a huge difference in that game? Maybe a couple rushes here and there, but I think overall, no.
Richie, he was so dynamic. Micah Parsons last year, he played both games against Philadelphia. And Philadelphia put up 41 on Dallas in one game and 36 on Dallas in the other game. Micah played like Kenny Clark. Was he even out there? That's what I asked myself about Micah twice against Philly last year. Was he even out there? They rushed for 187 in the first game and 179 in the second game. And it was running back rushing. It was Saquon rushing. It was Gainwell rushing. He's not there this year. But they're just they're running our asses off the field. It's a joke game where you can't stop anything that they are calling. None of these runs that hurt them last night were called runs. And I'm going to remind you that Philly's offensive line is the best in football. It still is. I know they lost Mekhi Becton, but that kid who stepped in for him, the Alabama kid, they look just as suffocating and dominating and overpowering as they ever have. So you have to do degree of difficulty here. They're really good, and they can really protect him. But Gil, the scenario you're describing, he's just standing back there, he's calling for a pizza, he's having something to drink, you know. Okay, that kind of scenario means that he's going to throw for 450 yards because he's going to stand back there and think about it and say, do I want to throw it to AJ or Devontae, or you know what, I haven't thrown it to Goddard for a while. I think I'll try Goddard this time. That wasn't happening because they're all covered. All of them are covered. A.J. Brown catches one late ball for 8 yards. And you don't think he was trying to get open? You don't think Jalen was looking for him because he's his guy? And they have clashed before. 2 years ago, they had a big falling out. So you don't think Jalen is thinking, I got to get my guy involved here. And he finally forced him the one late ball. But my point is, he's not throwing for 450. He threw for what, 119? We're 152. 152. Okay. So he throws for 152 yards. It's pedestrian. It's below average for him because he's dropping back and he's looking and he's looking and he's looking. Trevon Diggs played his ass off last night. I'm telling you, he mostly had AJ. And I didn't even know if he could play or not, but he played and he played well. Bland played great. Well. Everybody. Kaiir Elam played, again, they're dropping, they're playing coverage, like crazy shell coverage, but Jalen can't find anybody. Right. Every play that hurt the Dallas Cowboys last night was an uncalled scramble. And there's no better scrambler. We were talking about Jalen yesterday, and I said he has average set of skills, but he has elite impact because he doesn't have the biggest arm, and he doesn't have Lamar's wheels, right? But he's got what Emmett used to have, Emmitt Smith, what they used to call quickness in a confined space, where Emmett was just this kind of quickness, but he doesn't have great downfield speed. Well, Jalen doesn't have great downfield speed, but you want to talk about shifty, shrewd operator in the pocket? He is playing chess, and the rushers are playing checkers because they can't figure out. He's dissecting every angle and saying, well, he's going to overrun me here, and I can duck here, and I can go here.
Come on, man.
And he is gashing them with scrambles. And he's a powerful man because his legs are so strong in the weight room, so he can run through you at the marker. If he needs to get the extra yards, he'll run over you.
He did that last
He did it. And that's why the tush push is so overpowering, is because his legs are so strong, you just can't stop him. I thought Dallas did a pretty good job against the tush push, and he just, with a second effort, he just rammed the ball across the line. Okay? So Jalen was sensational because every choice he made on his scrambles was brilliant. No, I'm telling you, brilliant. Where the rush was coming, and he's saying, I can't find. He's going through every progression. And then he's saying, I'm going to get sacked, but I'm going to go here, and then I'm going to shift here, and I'm going to spin here. And all of a sudden, he's killing us with his legs. Every one of them was uncalled. If you were killing me with a called quarterback draw, I'd say, God, you got me on that one. But none of these are called. Yeah. They're all this shifty scrambling.
But that's what he was doing, Skip. He was taking what Jalen going to take what y'all going to give him.
He's literally
y'all going to drop 7 people and play shell.
Y'all going to drop
then, okay, y'all got a 4-man rush, and I'm going to do this.
Yeah. He was taking what he can take.
He was taking what y'all giving him. Now if y'all blitz the shit out of me, now you got to guard my 2 goons.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And then I bet you one of them go up top eventually.
Okay.
So he's just taking whatever you get.
And by the way, he had one deep throw to Dotson on the other side, and it was beautiful.
Right. Can you grade their defense in the first half?
Grade my defense?
Yeah, Dallas defense in the first half. Because I hear you. When you're talking about the second half.
Okay.
So unless you're bringing the lightning every game, you got to worry about that first half defense. How did that look?
Okay. It looked like Jalen Hurts was playing the most special game of his life. I've never seen him play like that before.
How about Barkley?
Okay, nothing.
In the first half? In the first half, he was walking.
He got 60 total yards.
He had 50.
It was tough sledding for Saquon.
He had 61 yards in the first half.
And there were a lot of 9-yard runs.
And then he had -1 in the second.
Yes.
So I'm trying to ask you, if unless you're going to bring the lightning with you every road trip, what about the first half defense, the reality of it?
The reality was Jalen Hurts was spectacular.
Yeah. Jalen Hurts was great last night because he was poised. I saw him calm in the pocket. I saw him going through reads. Of course, you want to throw the ball to A.J. Brown and Devontae Smith every single play. But he was poised. He was in the pocket. He went through his reads. And when things opened up or he felt that rush, he made a decision to take the ball down and run. And he wasn't running frantically. He wasn't scrambling backwards. I saw him really poised, eyes downfield. Okay, defense is going to give this to me. Take the run, and what I love to see at the end of the runs was get down. Don't even give that other team a chance to take out your best player.
What could have helped, Richie? What could have helped in that situation? What's one thing that we could have added that could have helped?
Pass, rush, lane, integrity. Pass, rush, lane, integrity. That's what would have helped. That's what would have helped. If everybody was in their lane and they were pressing him.
You better have a dog-ass guy on that line rushing the pass.
Why didn't it help last year when we got blown off?
Because you never had Bland and Diggs playing together. Because DeMarcus Lawrence was hurt. Because Overshown was hurt. Because the whole damn Cowboys defense was hurt last year, Skip.
Yeah.
That wasn't even the Cowboys last year. Everybody was hurt.
Here's the thing.
Now you got a healthy Cowboys defense, and shit, that's how they look. Only thing they missing was Parsons.
Fight back, Skip.
That's it.
Well, here's the one thing that I'll say about that. When you're playing a physical team like the Philadelphia Eagles, right? They want to run the ball. And as an offensive lineman and offensive game planner, if they have 11 out there, we are running at him every single time. I'm bringing a tight end. I'm going to get in a wing. We are going to make it bloody for number 11. So I think it's a win for Dallas last night because they were able to stop the run for the most part, not Jalen Hurts, but they were able to keep Saquon in check.
Stupid ass.
But you lose that liability in the run game. Now Micah is gone,
Richie,
and now you don't have a weak side that you can run to.
So Dante Fowler is that much better than Micah Parsons playing a run.
That turned into points.
No, not at all.
Dante Fowler played fucking 60
Dude, that's
snaps
even
last
on
night.
offense.
Yeah.
So what?
I know.
What we talking about?
I thought he played pretty well.
He played well. He had some
Him and
pressures.
Parsons are the same against the run. They're going to jump out their lane.
Yes.
They're going to do the same shit.
Right.
Dante Fowler and Parsons, they're going to play the
You're
run the
telling
exact
me
same.
they missed Micah because Micah can track down Jalen on a scramble. That's all you're saying to me. Not rush him.
That's what.
Not
he could
pass rush.
He could rush.
Track him down on scramble.
That motor going to come into play. He could track his ass down on the scramble. Yes.
He wouldn't have said
That's what killed him last night. Scrambles.
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay, I'll give you that. But
Thank you,
keep
Skip.
saying about
Me and Lot.
Okay, way to go. You keep saying first half.
Yes.
It's 4 quarters of football.
No. The game.
You go in and you adjust at halftime.
You didn't adjust until the game was delayed, and you got an hour that you usually
let me ask you this question. I'll ask you this question. If CeeDee Lamb catches either ball in the fourth quarter, who wins the game? Either ball, either one. There's one at the start of the fourth quarter and one at the 2-minute warning.
I mean,
either one.
You still got to score the touchdown.
Okay.
Unless the ref is going to help you get in there. No.
But all the momentum's flowing that way at that point in the game, right? Dallas is hung around.
If they go score, Philly going to change how they call. They just running the fucking clock out.
If
they throwing checkdowns, running the clock. If y'all score, now they got to open the playbook. We don't know what's going to happen.
If there was no delay, after they got that ball, they're rushing downfield because you didn't have nothing for it at that time. You wasn't stopping them. They would have went right down the field. The delay helped that defense.
It helped both defenses.
It
helped everybody.
It slowed the game down.
There's 3 points in the second half.
It slowed the game down.
So it slowed the game down.
Guess who it slowed down the most?
So it helped you guys out.
It slowed down my number 88. That's who it slowed down because he went blind. He dropped 2 balls and hit him right in the hands. He did.
You know, before this game, if I were to tell you,
Saquon
Barkley had 60 yards rushing.
Who the fuck
AJ
are
Brown
you throwing it to? Who are you
AJ
throwing it
Brown,
to?
1 catch, 8 yards after the 2-minute warning. Devontae Smith, 3 catches. If I would have given you that stat line yesterday and I said, this is the stat line of the game, who wins the game?
But what if I'd have gave you, and then Jalen Hurts going to have 60 yards rushing and 2 touchdowns as well? I'd have said, shit, probably Philly.
Right. But for they held those runs, those runs weren't design runs, right? That's Jalen making a play. Could Micah have helped? Questionable. But
we'll never know.
Jalen was the one that broke that game open right there. But I think Dallas, evaluating the film, I think they held everybody else pretty much in check. All their big playmakers, right? Jalen was the one that gutted them.
So you're saying?
And I feel like Parsons, like if I was gonna say, all right, I'm on the Eagles defense, all right, who's gonna hold AJ? All right, Bland and Diggs, y'all hold them in check. Who's gonna hold Saquon? All right, I keep forgetting Chicago. What's the backer name?
Jack Sanborn.
Sanborn.
Born.
And Kenneth Murray, y'all hold Saquon in check. Who's gonna hold Dak in check?
Yeah.
Parsons, you hold Dak in check.
Yeah.
I mean, who's gonna hold Hurts in check?
Yeah.
Parsons, you hold Hurts in check.
Yeah.
That was his job, and he wasn't there. That's the guy who wrecked the game. So they fucking missed him.
So you're saying 61 yards in the first half. You're saying that was a great run defense.
No, and look at Skip. I ain't say that shit.
Well, that was the whole game.
No.
But that was the whole game. We played 4 quarters. That was the whole game.
That was the first half. He had -1 rushing in the second half after Lightning. So
that is a huge success for the Dallas defense.
Because you're using something that would never happen in a game. You're talking about an hour being put.
Right, yeah.
So before this hour being put, you're talking about 61 yards at the half on the running back, and you're saying that's great.
Look, Dickerson didn't even come back.
Because it's disguised.
They left guards in the heat play and said, fuck that, bro. That break was too damn long. I can't even get in the stands no more, bro. I'm done.
That's what I'm
they
saying.
put their backup guard in. Like, come on, bro.
It's disguised because the overall. But when we're saying both teams, here we go. You didn't stop nothing.
Okay, but you don't have any
the game. I can't evaluate the second half.
Well,
I can't evaluate the
It wasn't real.
It wasn't real. I can only judge you about y'all both warmed up. Y'all both went out there.
Right.
What happened?
Right.
You're getting moonwalked through.
It's the Super Bowl champs on banner night in Philadelphia.
Did he moonwalk through?
Okay, you don't understand. You do. The first 2 home games last year, Micah Parsons was rolling, baby, and all those guys you said got hurt were not hurt at this point. And freaking New Orleans comes to Dallas for the first home game, and it's 35-19 New Orleans at halftime. And then Baltimore comes, and Baltimore is really good, but it's 28-6 after 3 quarters at Dallas. And they go for 274 rushing, and New Orleans goes for 190 rushing because Micah Parsons is a liability against the run. If you run at him, as Baltimore just ran at him every time, he backpedals like a DB. That's what he does. He backpedals like you on Tyreek. You're just backpedaling, right? Okay, seriously. So my point is you got to put it in the perspective of this was progress, man. This was, we did not get, everybody, you thought it was going to be a blowout. You both said blowout. That's a blowout.
I said it was going to be a game going into the fourth.
Okay, but you said his score was a blowout.
I said
score,
20,
right?
what you guys scored, to 34. And almost had it have been a touchdown and 3 points. But look, you said
I said it's going to be a game going into the fourth, and then a turnover or something going to happen.
Yep.
Philly going to score off of it. It's going to be out of reach. So it was a game going into the fourth. CD caught the dropsies, and then it got out of reach.
you said
I pretty much was right. I feel like I got it. I hit it on the head. Shit.
You said when a delay happens, you said it before we got to the topic. When a delay happens, it helps the defense.
It's worse on the O-line.
Yeah, both sides became great defensive teams.
Yep.
There's nobody at the half, not one news, no commentator said, oh my God, Dallas defense looks amazing with Kenny Clark. No one said that.
But nobody was expecting that.
Huh?
Was anybody expecting
No, at
that?
the half, because they was moonwalking through everything. Everybody was like, yeah, this Dallas defense kind of looks
I know, but Dallas.
That's what everybody was saying at the half.
But Gil, Dallas is moonwalking through Philly.
Dallas was running right through.
But
they
they
were physical.
They didn't disguise and say
They lost Jalen Carter.
But I'm saying,
they
they didn't have the excuse of we traded him to look better at the rush.
Right.
At the half, they were talking how the rush looked amazing for Eagles.
Okay.
That's what the halftime show was.
All right,
like.
and I'm thinking, damn, we can really run the ball this year. But there's no Jalen Carter. I give you that.
The offense looked good. But
That's like taking Warren Sapp out.
They were
It's
pounding
like
the
taking
ball.
Reggie White out.
Yeah.
It's like, bro, we just not going to look the same if Warren Sapp out.
I give you that. But I thought Javonte Williams is washed, like just gone. And he looked
good.
decent.
He run hard.
He looked
Huh?
good.
He ran hard.
He's going to run hard.
There was that one where he
I'm a Broncos fan. I watched Javonte for a few years.
Oh, yeah,
He's going to fucking run hard, but let's go, Blue and Miles Sanders. Be ready to go because he just ain't going to give you that explosion.
Yeah. Jaden Blue
Blue
didn't get on the field last night. They didn't even.
He has power though, because there was that
Yeah, he got power.
run where
He
he was
run
like,
hard
it
as
looked like
shit.
he got hit with probably like the 8-yard line, and he carried it.
Bro, he run hard as shit.
Got him
He
all the way
run
to one.
No Jalen Carter in the middle of that defense allowed Dallas Cowboys offensive line to get started. You have a young crew on the offensive line. They're all coming together, and those boys were teeing off. And they were going right at the middle of that defense. 96 power, 97 power scored right up
to
the
your
gut.
point, Dak did say after the game, we were able to change our blocking scheme without Jalen Carter in the middle of the line. So whatever
100%.
they had planned, which is 2 on him.
Well,
every
that's it.
time.
Yeah, I mean, when you have Jalen Carter in the middle, you need 4 hands, 4 eyes on him. We're in the huddle. We got someone looking. Which side is he on? Where is he at? Where's he at? And we get up to the line of scrimmage. Great players like that. Where is his big ass at? And when he is gone, I mean, you literally you're drawing in plays in the dirt over there because you're like, oh man, he's gone. We can single some things up. We can double team other bodies. Jordan Davis was out there last night. He wasn't ready to play all those plays.
Nope.
Big number 90 had the hands on the hips. You know, he's thinking there's going to be a rotation, and I think it was good for the Dallas Cowboys offensive line to get started and get some wins, get some positive runs against that defense because that gave them momentum.
It did.
Yeah. Okay. Correction. He had 49 rushing yards at the halftime.
Okay.
And a touchdown.
And a touchdown.
And it was a good touchdown. That was his best run of the night. He ran physical.
Physical. Yeah. That was a physical run right there. Yeah.
I was impressed. But I was.
So you're happy with the defense?
What did he die for?
Now, let's just be honest.
Given, yes, I'm ecstatic about it. I'm serious. I think our pass rush is way better than you guys are giving it credit for. And Ezra Rawaku, the rookie, he had a couple of little flat, number 41. Hey,
I seen him get DDT'd one time. Like, bro, I ain't like it, Skip. I just ain't like the rush. It was
the rushing.
It was non-existent to me.
I think the rush for them is going to have to come from pressure. I think they're going to have to not cover in the back end and bring some pressure and mix those guys up. They have a good group of athletic guys up front. And last night they were playing the best offensive line in the NFL.
And everybody not going to have AJ and Devontae, so you'll be able to get out that shell, play some man.
Right.
So.
Okay, so I'm tweeting all night. Blitz them just one time because Eberflus came from Chicago and took over, obviously. Well, we go all the way to the lightning delay. We haven't blitzed one time.
Not once.
And you're playing not to lose to me, where you're just saying, bend, don't break, bend, don't break. And you're breaking to me. You broke in the first half because they had 21 points. Okay? So go after him and try to, you're going to risk one big throw to AJ that's going to break it open, but I don't care. You also might take down Jalen, and maybe he'll lose the handle on it.
Yeah, Jalen's feet broke this game open. I mean, that was a backbreaker. They weren't just, easy pickups. Those were back-breaking runs in critical parts of the game.
Yeah, when you're looking at the game, I mean, it was an incredible quarterback game. You came today with a Jalen Hurts jersey on. Jalen Hurts.
Damn, that was tough, right? AKA Dinga Delaware. Ain't nobody calling them fighting blue hens. Versus the Colorado Buffs, man. Now, obviously, man, we seen goddamn the Buffs take a mean-ass tough L last game. All right? Who they play again? Georgia Tech. You know what I'm saying? This is Delaware. All right? Delaware, they probably looking at this, licking their chops, probably like, shit, we could probably beat these niggas too. Fuck it, why not? But look, man, I ain't about to grab your hands and make sure you like, share, subscribe, turn the notification button on, bro. Y'all see the Twitch chat going crazy. So join Twitch and follow us up on Twitter, Janky Rondo. Let's get into it, Coach.
Sanders has
Coach
brought
Con,
success
if
and
you go 0-2,
esteem
Coach, I
back
ain't
to
finna cap,
Boulder
man.
today.
You gonna have to release all these niggas on the team.
Saw it right there.
And snatch the NIL.
Gets a first down for the Blue Hens.
Shout out to
Gucci is very
all right, let's get into it. Sack off the rim. All right, good shit.
Recoveries early last week takes him down.
I'm sorry.
Octavius French,
Hey, I love the swag. I love the confidence. I feel like bro in the back, he get it. Y'all just got y'all ass ran over all game last game, and y'all doing team solos? Y'all gonna have to hold on to them. I'm gonna keep it a buck. Prove it to us first. Fuck that. Hell nah. Hell nah. Y'all gonna have to wait. Y'all gonna have to wait 2 more games before y'all doing them. Shout out to bro. Oh my god.
Deep shot. It is blanketed.
All right. Shout out to bro. All right, chat. Let me ask y'all a question, O'Shea. Y'all think Colorado could be a goddamn like contender in the playoffs? Genuine question.
The opening touchdown last week. This is another throw on a screen, and they've got it.
All right, 17. Can move.
5-yard line for Isaiah
No.
Harge.
You don't think so?
And it's a first.
I ain't gonna lie, bro. I just feel like, bro, they just gotta get the right piece.
Emotionally and mentally.
All right, like Salter started at quarterback today.
He gets outside.
All right, okay.
Salter tiptoe.
All right, good run. He's still up, though. He's still up. Oh my God, give him start running again. All right, shout out, bro. We need a good game for Salter, bro. Cause last game, bro, too many overthrows, my nigga. Too many overthrows. Literally. All right. Okay. Salter. Finally, bro. Damn. Shout out to bro. Good run, bro. Good run. Finally, bro. Maybe in a few years. Good run. Now defense, don't stop the run. Defense, stop the run.
Off of the run action, they're gonna lead this tight end out into the.
They got way big on the line too.
He gets tied up a little bit, and this is what they're talking about.
Low key holding, but we ain't gonna say too much.
Dive into the end zone, brother. They want to see more of him on this field.
And get RG3 out of my ear.
And run the football.
All right, the little dot.
It's Williams on a
Yo, Colorado, they need a new damn sideline. That sideline is too small. All right, so there y'all figure. That boy Mata don't miss. Shout out to bro. All right, 10-0, makes it 10-0. They saw him and said, nah, bench him? What you mean? Ooh, shit. Ooh, shit. All right, Colorado, niggas is in today. That's what I like. What the hell is this last one? We ain't gonna say too much now. Shout out. All right.
Right, Jeremiah Brown. Ooh, French, and then the
that was a good hit, though. I ain't finna cap. All right, Jeremiah, shout out, bro.
See a little push there at the end. Getting a little physical.
Boy, I thought that was Ben DiNucci, brother or something. That nigga named Benucci.
Shot to the head.
Damn, they like it hurt. What the fuck?
Hey, man, that match.
I've been said that sideline small as hell.
There is a
That
big
shit sound
moment for Delaware.
Goddamn. I don't know what it is. Shout out, bro. All right, third down 9.
At the FBS level, it's a free runner.
Good screen.
And a drop.
He heard them footsteps. That's what he did. He heard them footsteps.
Keaton Wade was buried.
He heard them footsteps. I'm gonna keep it 100.
Robert.
Yeah, he's a superstar high school quarterback.
He played in the game today?
He can be the quarterback of
okay, Lord, nigga, let's see what you got. All right, oh, shit. Okay, meatball. Okay, meatball. Okay, meatball. Okay, meatball. Oh! Okay, meatball. Shout out to bro.
Bringing him across.
Damn, that was tough. Right in the
Getting this run, being
hey, check
patient,
this nigga 17.
off to the races. Listen, man, I can appreciate a good.
That was tough. I ain't gonna lie. That was tough. Hey, he got up. He got up.
He got
up. All three quarterbacks played. All three quarterbacks played. What the fuck? All right, Lewis. All right, Lewis. All right. Wait. Was Salter playing bad? Was he playing bad?
Covered bubbles here.
Price.
That is not sure. He moved the sticks. Move the sticks. Move the sticks. Move the sticks. Yes, I was gonna say to watch it. All right. I don't know. Playing three quarterbacks in one game is crazy. That's not a good. All right. Okay, Julian. Oh, about to take a sack right here, man. All right, bro. He's 17, Che. He still got grown to it. Shout out to bro.
And Delaware holds the line.
All right. Delaware get the ball back. Let's see. Salt got bench.
Second down and 7. Minicucci on
all right. A little drag route. Jesus Christ. Oh my God. Oh my God. Yo, all right. Go run, bro. Go run. Go run. I ain't gonna lie, bro. Hey, Delaware helmets, that shit's tough.
Wide receiver at
all right.
with a line drive kick.
All right. Oh, that's that boy Q, huh?
All the way across the 30.
Damn. Took that nigga down there.
Gibson.
Bro. All right.
42-yard punt. The Buffalo target.
Bro. All right, 37. Is Julian still in? He is.
They've got to get to the
you still drop back?
Lewis breaks forward.
Breaks off. Rolls right.
Rolling to his right. And he's going to be.
Damn! Oh, hey, Julian. Hold on, gang. Hold on, bro. You can't be taking them hits, gang. Hold on. Hold on, bro. You can't take them hits, bro. I ain't gonna lie, bro. Shout out to bro. He wildin', bro. All right. Oh, shit. That nigga. Okay. Ah! All right. Go run. All right, shout out to bro. All right. Second and goal.
Thaw in motion. Here is a pitch.
No,
it is Silver turning toward the goal.
Touchdown! Just
oh,
like
I
that.
was right fucking
hey,
there.
them helmets is so hard, bro. Obviously, they're like Michigan helmets, but they like blue and yellow. That shit's so hard. I'm not gonna lie. I ain't gonna count you. You said you ranked in Colorado versus Delaware? I'm reacting to every game, bro. I'm a football reactor. I don't even know this.
Three-quarterback game.
Ryan Staub.
Caden Salter, who's legend.
All right. So Julian got benched too.
Now they're gonna run.
All right. Go run. Oh shit, go run.
Taylor, that's a huge
all right. Okay.
For the Colorado Buffaloes.
Shout out, bro. We got 2nd and 10. Stop. Do shut y'all back.
Stop.
All right. About to touchdown. Touchdown. All right, bro. Hey, Star came in and drove that shit. He might be the starting quarterback. Shout out to bro. All right, okay, stop. All right, stop. Oh, three quarterback rotation. Nobody got benched. Oh, okay. Bro, you know how rare that is, bro? A 3 quarterback rotation. Shout out to bro. All right. Like that Staub dude back at quarterback. I need that white nigga Staub to start next week. That nigga balling. Go back. Hold on. Hey, number 9. I don't know who you is, my boy. I don't know if you like snow bunnying, but guess what? It's one behind you. It look like she fucking with you. Hold on, right here. Even got you on the Snapchat. Told you, wouldn't lie to you. Shout out to bro. Wouldn't lie to you, bro. Would not lie to you. I ain't doing the rest of it. Okay, bro. That nigga Stop legit. He legit with this shit.
Clear picture, and the DB gets his
okay.
In the backfield, and that's why.
Hey, he do the wrist though. He was the backup behind Shador for 2 years. Damn.
Robert, how about?
Okay, hey, he got in the game and started turning up, bro. Shout out to bro. All right, 2nd and 8.
Over FBS teams when he was in New Hampshire.
All right.
Shit. Gone for a first down at the 42.
Hey, that's quality, bro. It's like hella good. Am I tripping right? It's way better than ACC. Take some damn notes.
Crashing through for the first down. Off the motion.
How the hell we watching YouTube videos from ACC and this ass in 2025? All right. Oh shit, he got it. All right, bro. All right, 4th and 1. Stop that short. Okay, Jerry, man. Play with them niggas, man. right, boy. All right, 39. Hey, Star did some crazy shit again. He gonna have to have this conversation.
Stop loads up down the sideline.
If he would have housed that, on my mama, I would have lashed out. Who is number 9?
Yeah, so you can decide between.
That boy feels like AJ Brown.
Good luck.
I lied. I meant to say AJ got. Wait, what's the other AJ? What's the other AJ? AJ Green. I meant to say.
Right at the 1-yard line.
Shout out to bro. I meant to say AJ Green. I ain't finna catch. All right. 4th and 7.
A hand on you, a forearm shiver.
He fumbled it. Oh, he blocked it.
By McPherson.
Damn.
Still down, and the Buffaloes have it.
What you mean have it? It's not a fumble.
Locke could not control the snap.
It's not a fumble.
McPherson got in there and
wait. Okay, wait. All right, see, this is where the football IQ start to fuck up. They could have left the ball alone. They literally could have left the ball.
McPherson. Still down, and the Buffaloes have it.
They could have left the ball alone. They would still have the ball right there.
Control the snap.
Shout out to bro. All right, good play though, 28. Good play, 28. Shout out to bro. I think he the one that blocked it.
Brown gets over to cover it.
26 running back who jumped over, bro.
And then get it out of there. But once he drops it, watch McPherson get the big old paw on the ball, and then it's.
All right, man. Hey, Colorado started to turn up.
To figure out what's going on.
Damn, bro, that nigga crash out.
Oh my goodness. Black all over.
All right, shout about 2nd and 9.
Intense play.
That star dude balling. 28. 29. Wait, 28 or 29? I don't even. Is that me, bro? Is that me, bro? That's me, bro. Okay, big ball. Good shit, boy.
He's gonna take the ball. Outside.
Hey, I'm not gonna lie, Jay. Yes or no?
Boom.
They might have to keep running that. They might have to keep running this offense through goddamn Star, Chad. Facts or cap. They might have to keep running that offense through Star, bro. Cause that team, they playing behind them, bro. You said why you calling him meatball? Shit, nigga, that's self-explanatory. Nigga, he built like it. You know what I'm saying? Big brolic ass meatball. Shout out to bro.
Watch him finish. Boom through contact.
You see how, like, you know what I'm saying? When they try to tackle, they can't tackle. Shout out to bro. All right, 31-7.
To throw under
Dead late.
He gets it for Kelly, who's made
all right. Oh shit. He gone. Yep, he gone. Just like that. He gone. Just like that.
Kelly zigzags his way inside.
Oh, he fumbled! No, he stripped that. He stripped that. He stripped that.
Won't matter. Colorado staying with the play. Jeremiah
Wait.
Brown.
Nah, who made that play?
Where Jeremiah Brown comes from.
Number 1, offense.
Oh, GG's.
The penalty is declined.
Because they got the fumble. I told you. I know it. I know it, y'all. I know it.
The defense. First down.
Okay, boy. What a.
Caden Salter has.
First down, Colorado.
OG, you dead wrong for this, man. OG, and I'm not even saying this in no bad way, OG. You dead wrong for this, OG. All right? You dead wrong for that, dog. All right?
Caden Salter has been efficient. He's 12 for 15.
All right, Caden Salter back.
Talk about adversity. 31-7 doesn't do much to him.
All right, bro. All right. Delaware at the ball. Hey! All right, fine. Good pick, bro. Good pick. Good pick. Shout out to bro.
These guys are, although Juju is more of a pocket.
Nigga, what? They got the ball back.
With his legs. Oh,
nice. Ain't no dick ride. That was trash. He would have hopped in. He would have jumped so goddamn fucking far for that ball. Dead serious. All right. He missed that.
No good.
Damn, Delaware terrible, bro. Well, I don't think Delaware terrible, but they just not finishing it.
Robert.
That's GG. That's GG.
All 3 this year.
All right, bro. Say, y'all said this game was boring. This game was not boring.
Your coaching.
This game was actually somewhat decent. It was better than any game that we ranked to today.
.600 Breezy just admitted and confirmed that he smashed Asian Doll.
Stop it. Get some help.
And he confirms that King Von died over a girl. Street niggas losing 15 points before the video even start, folks. Do your homework.
Like,
shout out to No Jumper.
I feel bad for Smirk, bro. I feel bad for Smirk. I hope he can beat it and shit. Cause it's like I always looked at it like, damn, why we just ain't book Vonnie on it if they got all that shit on Vonnie.
Do you know Vonnie personally?
I don't know him personally.
Never met him?
Never met him.
What about OTL Jim?
Yeah, I know Jim personally, like from back in the day when I was a shorty type shit. I know him.
When you heard the rumors that niggas was trying to put on Jim, you felt like it was.
I did an interview somewhere. I don't feel like Jim told. I don't feel like Jim told. Jim a street nigga, bro. Like real life. I've witnessed Jim. Like I can vouch for Jim.
Yeah.
And we ain't. And my people from Hits and them. Yeah. Like they Sadie Knife Evans and shit from my mama's side. I was over there seeing Jim. You know what I'm saying? He from a whole nother block.
Is Jim out of Jim in jail or out? You know?
No clue.
Niggas don't know where he at.
That's what I'm saying.
I thought he was locked up too. Well,
I think he locked up, but yeah, I would never put that jacket on him. Like,
there's been no proof. That's the thing. I think a lot of people have none, because there's that one clip of him looking a little bit uncomfortable in the background of a video, but that I mean, enough people saying, "Oh, he looks like he's wearing a wire."
That nigga been in jail his whole life since he was a kid, bro.
Exactly. So that's even more reason why I'll be snitching on somebody motherfucking ass. You crazy as hell. You think I've been in jail since I was a kid. So now I'm looking at jail for the rest of my life and I'm just gonna not snitch on nobody? I ain't saying it's true. But shit, if you ain't snitching OTF Jam, you need to start. Do your homework. Especially if you ain't killed nobody. Listen, if you ain't killed nobody and they got you in there for murder, nigga, you need to tell them something. FBI, open up!
Like, he gotta adjust back to real life. Jim just did a lot of time, somewhere close to 10 years or over that. Yeah, and he been like, and he's still young, so he been gone for a long time. Like, he just niggas move weird when they come home from jail like that.
So speaking on the Dirk case, obviously, you know, he's gonna wait for his day in court. He's going not guilty, so you know we don't want to speculate on that. But do you feel like, as somebody that's followed this, I mean, you know, unfortunately, when King Von passed away, you were one of the people. You said you was heading to Baton Rouge with the steppers at 150 miles an hour. Right? So do you feel like this all played out?
And I had no reason to go to Baton Rouge too. They didn't have nothing to do with it. It was just emotions. The niggas was moving fast, and I was already down south, so it was like, oh shit. But
because Mimo trying to act like, no, I had to go there anyway. I was doing something else. He's like trying to act like it was a coincidence.
Was Savannah. We went to Savannah. We went to Savannah a few times, but like. Yeah, that Baton Rouge ain't got shit to do with nothing. Like, we ain't into it with Young Boy, none of that shit. He did Von songs, whatever, but they didn't do nothing to nobody. So me even was headed to there, it was just emotions though. Like, it was just emotions type shit.
But obviously, you know, you felt those emotions at that time. You felt like,
hell yeah.
Well, you know, however you felt at the time, but do you feel like the way things have played out, like as sad as it is did things play out kind of like the way they were supposed to do? Because a lot of people have put this thing on Dirk to basically say, oh, you crashed out, you threw everything away. Like the position he was in, like you say, she shouldn't have been wrapped up in this. It should have been Vonnie. Like whatever happened, I just feel like it's really sad to have seen someone in Dirk's position go down.
You ever had one of them days where everything seems to go wrong? I mean, you're just trying to grab a place injury on that fights for real victories for real people, all thanks to the team that fights hard for justice. More than 1,000 attorneys are reason why they're America's largest injury. And even if you, this the federal government we talking. This ain't no motherfucking police. The feds came because they got information that's gonna lock your ass up, bro. Like, stop it, bro. Cut it the fuck out.
Ladies and gentlemen.
Like, nigga, you sent the text, you sent the call, you paid for something, you did something that got your ass in the federal prosecution office trying to fight a trial. Locked up in jail right now, basically. Locked up in jail, waiting on your trial from the fucking feds. The feds came and locked your ass up while you was trying to get up out the country. This ain't no you stole $2,000 from the bank last week. Nigga, this is a murder that y'all crossed state lines and did, folks. And then when they did it, you got back online and said, ain't nobody saying slide for Von no more. Can't nobody say that no more. Like, that shit cap, bro.
Where, I don't know, it should have gone differently. He should have left it, like, it should have been left alone. I don't know.
These allegations, though. So, you know what I'm saying? I'm looking at it from one point like this. I look at it like the feds just like, this the man with money, so we got to throw him in there. You know what I'm saying? Like, if niggas had access to his money, they running off, oh, you knew this, so we gonna throw you in there. I don't feel like Dirk had nothing to do with that shit. So all that shit allegations, like it's just up because when it's the feds, it's the feds. If he was state, all us would be out. That nigga coming home, money gonna beat that. But this the feds. The feds grab niggas when they feel like, no, we got you. You go.
It's not a feel like. The feds grab niggas when they have the evidence, bro. Stop. Come on, bro. We got to stop this. Just because it's Lil Durk and motherfucker like his music and he from Chicago and he BD and he from OT. Like, no, bro. Stop it, bro. No, bro. And if you didn't have nothing to do with it, you getting on songs and dissing your ops and rapping about computer murderers and all this other shit. But what you think gonna happen, bro?
Plead to us in some type of way. That's how they get their conviction rate. You know what I'm saying? Like, so it's
more. What I was really trying to say is like, I think I've seen you in another interview say like, basically, the BDs and Quando and his crew are going to be into it forever until everybody's dead, because for King Von to have lost his life, there's always going to be somebody that wants to slide the Von or whatever.
It's gonna be a hereditary beef. It's like Chicago. You got to think. Like I've said, it ain't gonna be just no BDs, none of that. Von got fans that love him dearly.
Mm-hmm.
Probably niggas in Savannah that are beef with they niggas just because they was King Von fans, and they have a bloody war at home with some niggas that love a nigga from a whole nother different
stupid
city.
as it sounds,
So
he
it's
right.
Like, that shit's gonna be like, that's a story to be told in the history books. That's never gonna go nowhere. That's always gonna be, you never gonna be able to see Savannah niggas and Chicago niggas that got anything to do with those two parties anywhere around each other. Something gonna have to happen every time.
Let me ask you this: all these years later, like now that we look at it in hindsight, what was Von and Young Boy even beefing over?
A girl. We all know that.
From my eyes, it looked like bitches.
A girl,
it
bro.
looked like food, because I personally seen him walk in the house with one of his bitches that he loved dearly before. So I would just feel like it was females.
Yeah.
It was never, there wasn't no street shit, it wasn't nothing else. It had to been bitches. Von came out, a super gangster, you know what I'm saying, handsome nigga.
Mm-hmm.
Was taking young boy hoes.
I'm gonna say,
it's a dumbass thing to die over, right? Especially like, okay, don't get me wrong, gang. Dying over a girl ain't always a bad thing. If this is your wife, this your baby mama, somebody playing with her, you gotta feel like you gotta defend her or handle her business, handle your business, or you know what I'm saying, protect her, whatever the case is, and you end up dying in the process. That's honorable, bro. Y'all beefing over hoes that is fucking the next man 2 months later. There was never y'all wasn't even boyfriend and girlfriend, gang. It's going, and then you going out bad, and then you beefing with another nigga over him trying to talk to your girl. Like, don't that sound stupid as hell? Now, if you out in the mall with your wife,
running backwards,
God forbid, and a man walk up on your wife and smack her in the ass, pin him to the floor. You feel what I'm saying? Pin him to the floor, nigga. Smoke him right there. Just knock his head off. You see what I'm saying? Something like that, protecting the honor of your woman is cool. But if you outside with a little bop that was just with another rapper last week, 2 months ago, 3 months ago, was with another rapper the year before that, she in the club every weekend, and you got the nerve to be beefing over this bitch? Over a throwaway? Over a slut? Over a bop? It's embarrassing, bro. It's bad.
Something I want to ask.
I was gonna say some shit. All right, go.
I don't even know how to say it, bro. Is it true you smashed Asian Doll?
Yep.
He went left.
Oh shit! That nigga just snapped. Hey yo!
Just impressed by your interviewing prowess right there.
He just
the fact that he ain't say hell no.
She must be a what?
God damn! Listen, I promise, Age Doll, I don't want no problems with you, woman, lady. She cool in my book. She got a whole song saying, I'll tell you, like, if you know your home, you know, so I ain't gonna speak on it, but that was
before or after Von dated her?
This was before. This was when she still had was wearing the beads and barrettes and shit like that.
She really is the queen of drill.
You know?
She ain't no damn queen of drill. She the queen of hoeing, man. Y'all gotta stop making this shit cool, man.
This like 2016, 15. This back then, so it wasn't no recent shit like that.
Right.
But it seemed like she kind of inserted herself into this whole thing with Vaughn and Youngboy, and like you say, a lot of people think they really like for guys that were so serious to go to war over a female is just crazy. But like, was she somebody that maybe
over a bop that your homie
gassed that thing up a little bit? Like, it was crazy to see her with both of these guys.
I don't think it was about her at all.
You know who it was about then, because if you go from what you said,
I don't think it was about her. The beef wasn't over
some
her,
shit
though.
named C Blue that both of them niggas was smashing, and if you know, you know. But it's a chick. I think it's C Blue, but her name is Blue something. And Vaughn, all right, I'm gonna just throw it out there. And Youngboy had text Vaughn phone on some like wolfing at him like stop with my bitches and shit, and then Vaughn starts
Like that's some weird nigga, weird hoe shit, bro. To text another man and say stop fucking with my bitches. Why don't you stop dating hoes that's fucking with another nigga? You see how like that's embarrassing to me and that's nasty. Like bitch, if you was just with another nigga last week, I'm not touching you. Like you bitch, go get some. You ain't got no home training. Like that little poo poo is friendly as hell, ain't it?
I need it then.
The fuck?
some aggressive ass shit. I seen the message. I ain't gonna lie, and it all started from this one chick. And to be fair, I think there's a fight of her and Kayla B that happened recently, so it kind of makes sense a little bit.
I don't know nothing about that. I ain't even gonna lie. I synced them with the baby mama.
That's after the fact. That's after. So I wanted to spin back. I'm like, all right, since
I was this when Mimo shot that Get Up Craig video, and we was in the A and shit like that. Boom, and everybody was at the Chris smirking them. All of them was there. Vaughn. I synced him walk in there with Shorty, with Jeanette, whatever her name is. So I'm thinking, you know what I'm saying? I'm thinking, he got this nigga BM. Like, he love this bitch. Like, you know what I'm saying? I don't know, but from other stories, from what I hear, is numerous.
It started with one. It started with bunch of girls, and then it spent to the BM.
Yeah, and it's a lot. Like, it's a lot. It's a lot of build
like a
up.
nigga was literally like, I'm finna do it on purpose just to get at you type shit.
Yeah,
and they both were just going back and forth with that.
A lot of build up, basically. Yeah.
But allegedly, the chick that cranked it off, the one that got the original first message, her name might be C Blue or some shit, and I think Kayla B might have allegedly beat her ass recently.
I'm gonna look into that because I definitely ain't heard.
A nigga told me that for sure.
Do you think also, like, I look at Vaughn as like a master strategist, and he knew how good for his career beefing would be, and I think that he had done the whole duck thing, and that was great for Chicago. But I think as soon as he realized that he could just beef with Youngboy, especially because
because Vaughn wasn't slow. He wasn't a slow dude. He just was hot headed, and I feel like that was that's what took him out. That's what led to his demise. Him just being hot headed and
this shit's
you know
stupid.
What I'm saying?
Like they into it for absolutely positively no reason.
Not even a little bit.
I killed a bunch of people.
And then they're like, oh, it's okay. Like, no, this shit is dumb. They're trying to justify stupid shit. Like, stop killing each other over stuff that don't.
Why this nigga even rapping like this? He ain't even like that.
What the
and then that was the
like, I don't understand. Like, just let people be. If they want to be with that person, let them be with that person. If they don't want to be with that person, then let them figure that out.
Same resume that Vaughn had, and Vaughn realized, like, I can expose, I could be the real deal. I could be the realer version of this and let the world know, and they're going to go crazy for it.
He was, and that's what he did.
Yeah.
That's what happened. You know, you're going to be technical.
Yeah.
He came and showed, no, this is what a gangster is. It's for real. Like,
everything 420 real.
Woo! We just got some, that was some shit, wasn't it? That was the first reaction of the day I just did right there, too. That motherfucker sent you on the wide, didn't it?
That shit is out of order on game.